Alright guys, today I want to go over the effects of alcohol, and really and truly the effects of alcohol on your gains. Whether you're trying to lose fat or build muscle, these have an effect on your ability to achieve those. Now, don't get me wrong, I think everyone is entitled to enjoy a drink, but there's also understanding that if you have a certain goal that you would like to achieve in a certain time period, maybe these are holding you back. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and say you can't have a drink, because I, above everyone, do love a drink, but I definitely understand that there's certain elements of drinking that can cause issues and limit my ability to get my results. Okay, so let's break it down first of all. When you drink alcohol, these are empty calories. There's an excess of extra calories that you're consuming on maybe a daily basis, because some people like to have a couple of beers at the end of the night, maybe even a couple of wines, but these calories all add up. Just for example, having 3 beers on a night can add up to almost 500 extra calories that you're consuming. And likewise, if that's 2 glasses of wine, that can likely add up to the same. 2 to 3 glasses of wine can add up to the same. And the volume of wine compared to the beer will be much less. So I'm quite sure, and I know for a fact that when someone pops a bottle of wine, it can be very easily shared, and then a second one opened up. So easily, on sitting on a night on a bottle of wine, you could consume up to 600, maybe even 700 calories of alcohol, of wine, which is excess calories that either goes towards your calorie target for that day or goes over. Okay? Now the next thing that's going to happen, especially if we drink alcohol late at night, which I'm sure most of you do, that's kind of the common time, that's the standard of, you know, a stereotypical type of drinking, sleep issues. Okay, and the sleep issues comes from the sugar, the blood sugar level that will be increased by consuming alcohol. At the end of the day, alcohols are mostly carbohydrate. They're sugar alcohols that we will consume, and in our body has to break them down like regular carbohydrates and distribute them. Now, an excess of sugar alcohol can be also poisonous to the system, so our body has to work a little bit harder to remove it. That's why sometimes we can feel quite dehydrated in the morning, because the body uses its own water to help remove the alcohol sugars from the system. Now, throughout the night, what can happen is that this will break up your sleep. Because of the excess calories and the excess sugars in your diet, it will make your sleep broken. So you will kind of wake up, whether you realize you wake up or not, you will wake up. Also, if you drink quite a bit, when you go to sleep, it can actually put you into a coma, and then you will not get into those deeper realms of sleep. If you're not getting into those deeper realms of sleep because of alcohol, we're going to move on to our next point, which is what it's going to cause is hormonal imbalances. Okay, so when you go into the deeper realms of sleep at night, when you go to bed, that is your recovery sleep. That is when your body produces testosterone, growth hormone, estrogen, progesterone, all the important hormones that your body needs to replace and rebuild that have been used throughout the day. Now, if with alcohol we're consuming this and that's not happening, and that's not happening on a regular basis, you can be damn sure that you're going to get some sort of a hormonal imbalance. For males, that could be a lack of testosterone. A lack of testosterone in males can lead to a lot of things like anxiety, depression, and also suicide. It can also really inhibit a man or male from getting the gym results that they're looking for. Losing weight, building muscle. Your testosterone level is very, very important. This will be something I'll be getting tested regularly with a blood test. And I've done an example myself of where I've been on the piss up for a full weekend, and I tested my blood on the Monday morning, and my test levels were like that of an 85-year-old that, you know, didn't fucking get the leg over for a while. And then I done 2 weeks straight, no drinking, and then done my test level then after that, and my test level was back to a regular fucking 16-year-old pretty much after that. So just goes to show that the effect alcohol can have on your test level is to be known about. And for females, it's no different. If you're drinking regularly it can affect your menstrual cycle. It can affect the way you produce hormones around your menstrual cycle as well. So if you feel that you have a very sporadic or not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not scheduled exactly. Is it because maybe you're consuming alcohol on a nightly basis or consuming too much at certain times of the week? It will be something to be looked at. How is your sleep? What way do you sleep at night? Because if you're not sleeping well at night, that may be another reason why your menstrual cycle is slightly off. And again, it can cause just as many problems as it would for a male. Depression, anxiety, fluctuations obviously in the menstrual cycle itself. And this can lead to all sorts of adverse effects. So make sure you're taking a look at what's happening there. After a night on the sauce, you're very non-productive, and this is very personal with myself. I know that after a night I've spent on the sauce, and if there's a Sunday session that we've had, I know the Monday morning I'm not going to be productive at all, and that is for me, I don't like that, because I want to be productive. I know when I show up in my business does better, and if I'm not able to show up because of the effects of alcohol, that to me is not a good spend of time. So understand that getting on the sauce will have its consequences. And as I said before, there's definitely ways to enjoy alcohol without going overboard, but that's for you to figure out for yourself. What is your level and where does it stand with you? Which brings me to the final thing, and this is a very important thing to understand about alcohol, is it's very addictive. The alcohol is associated with so many problems when it comes to males, females, relationships, work, the way someone feels. Your alcohol can be used in the wrong ways a lot of time to basically put a mask onto the world, or to make the world seem like a better place. But the effects are only short-lived. Plus the knock-on effects from drinking alcohol in the body in the first place can really set you back on everything else. So understand that this is only a temporary disconnect from the world, and if there is something going on in your life, please reach out and get help wherever you see fit, because don't suffer in silence. That's the worst thing that happens nowadays, and I feel with males, we do not speak enough about what's going on in our lives, and there's no shame in talking about what's happening. Talk to a friend, talk to family, talk to a counsellor. That is what we do nowadays. Do not bury this under more alcohol. Do not hide behind closed doors. Do not seclude yourself or isolate yourself away from the world, because that's doing you no good. There is help out there, and there is people that can set you on the right direction. And the same for females. If you are suffering, don't suffer in silence. I feel females are a lot better at talking about this stuff than males. However, they still need to be encouraged to speak and talk about what is happening in their lives, so they can get clarity and hopefully not use this as a way to escape. All right, boys and girls, that went pretty deep, I feel, but understand that, yes, alcohol has its effects on the body, and if you're going to enjoy a drink, enjoy it responsibly. Giddy up!